Good morning, everyone. I'll give you a quick update in regards to the shooting, discharged firearm, endanger life call that took place last night in 13 Division. On Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020, at 2:04 hours in the morning at 1359 Eglinton Avenue West, the victims of the shooting were out front of the Spence Bakery located at that location, covering from the rain at that point. At that point, a dark SUV driving eastbound on Eglinton Avenue West did a U-turn just east of the location, circled back westbound, slowed down, and the occupants of the vehicle at that time discharged multiple rounds, striking 6 people. The range of age from those victims goes from 30 to 69 years of age. It included 5 males and 1 female victim, and as I know of right now, 5 of those victims have been released from the hospitals, and 1 will be released later on today. In regards to the response at that time, multiple officers responded from surrounding divisions to begin crime scene management, canvassing of the location, first priority attendance to the victims and transport to the hospital, and for medical attention to be treated. Thank goodness and thankfully that all the victims, their injuries were non-life threatening. They range from injuries throughout the body on the different victims, but further than that, I cannot disclose that information for medical information. In regards to the response and the regular policing patrols through that area of the Oakwood community, Oakwood neighborhood, there's a strong partnership and relationship with the community. We have neighborhood officers out on regular patrol in that area, frontline priority response units on regular patrol area, a great working relationship with the store owners, the business fronts, the communities, the local politicians and councillors. It's an absolutely fantastic and beautiful community. In relation to this incident, everything right now leads to the hallmarks that it is a gang-related and targeted event based on the ranges of the number of people who were seeking cover basically from the rain at the time in the alcove in front of that store. At that point, that's all I have in regards to a quick update. I'll take any questions that you may have at this point.
Sir, are you saying that a gang targeted someone at the gathering, or the gathering was itself gang-related in the first place?
Our initial investigations at this point, and they're still ongoing as we realize we're early into the investigation, would say that they targeted something at the event. It was not gang-related. It's a great location. Our officers even visit that location on a regular basis, know the store owner. They're a regular bakey. They're a long traditional location there. We weren't targeting, or that's not a gang-related location. So I want to make sure that's quite clear, is we look at it as gang-related for the simple fact is it looked like somebody was identified when the vehicle was driving by, which is from our original investigation, we're looking at a black Nissan type vehicle or SUV type vehicle that was involved in this with multiple occupants in the area. So just to make sure, we believe it's somebody that was in that crowd that would have been targeted in gang-related information.
Was that group together as one group?
Yes, because the alcove, I'd say probably, and I'm sure some who've been up there have already had the videotape, it's about yay big. I'll step back a bit. So you've got to realize now you've got 6 people huddling together out of the rain. When the vehicle drives by, opens up on the crowd that's standing there, obviously for one of the targets, or their intended targets, which resulted in multiple casualty as a result of that drive-by.
Do you have an idea who the intended victim was of it? Is that
Not at this time. The investigation is ongoing because of the range the range for the ages between 30 and 69. We have to be quite sure. Most of the time, the gang members that we are dealing with throughout the city are a little bit of a younger age and age group. So I don't want to put a label on that as yet in regards to that. It's an ongoing investigation. Our gun and gang specialist units that are out there, that are tirelessly across the city along with the rest of the police service in dealing with gang-related members, gun and gang violence, again, are addressing that. And I can't speak to their internal investigation.
So is it fair to say some of the people that were shot were completely innocent, they had nothing to do with this?
100%,
Are
yes.
all the victims cooperating?
At this point, that again is a gun and gang violence investigation, so the information that goes back and forth. As far as I know, they are speaking with police, but to what extent, that again is the investigation that's being handled by our specialist unit.
Is everyone out of hospital now?
5 out of the 6 are out of hospital, and 1 is expected to be released later today.
Do you know how many of those 5 have been interviewed?
I can't disclose this at that point.
So this sounds like then just more of a crime of opportunity.
I would suspect so because that time of the morning, and the fact is they drove by and they slowed down enough to swing back, come back to the location, and just randomly shoot. I would say yes, it was definitely, I say targeted, but we don't know exactly who the target is specifically. We believe it's strongly gang related.
Kind of like a spontaneous target.
Yes.
Gotcha. I just want to clarify something from earlier.
Sorry.
You had said that they were all 6 people victims. Were they together, as in they went to that location together as a group?
Yeah, I believe they were inside. They had stepped outside, but the rain came down, so they more or less stayed out of the rain in the alcove.
They were like traveling together. They didn't just have like they
Necessarily.
They just free.
Yeah, no. They're all different customers, different people who are at the
So
restaurant.
they weren't there.
No, they didn't come as a group.
Yeah,
No,
it
they,
wasn't 6 people from the same
No.
group. It just happened to be 6 people.
that's right.
6 people who all used that place as shelter.
Yeah, so they're probably. Go ahead.
They were all outside?
Yes, they were. That's the.
Because it was reported at first that they were inside, but they were all outside.
Well, they inside and then they came out, and they were in the alcove. That's the original information, the investigative information I have at this point. That's what I have, but once again, I don't also have the results of the original interviews that have taken place with those. So their full intention of whether they were in the process of leaving, stepping outside for a cigarette, I don't know at this point.
And you're not able to say if any of the victims were known to police?
I can't disclose that information at this point.
You know, Superintendent, we were there this morning, and on the top right side facing the restaurant, I believe it was a security camera right there. Do you know if that security footage has been secured yet?
That's being reviewed because but once again, because of the heavy rain, it's like everything else. If you have security systems of your own, as soon as the rain hits, you could probably see from about me to you. That's about
How
it.
many in total at the establishment when this happened?
Sorry?
How many people in total were there at the establishment when this happened?
Oh, I don't have a definitive number on that of the number of people that were
More
inside.
than were hit, presumably.
Yes, because it's a 24-hour establishment, so they're open all night long. So I would say probably more than the 6, but to give you a definitive number, I can't.
Can you speak to how brazen this is? I mean, 6 people shot in little Jamaica.
It's I want to say it's unfortunate but isolated event we found this. It's a great community, but yes, we are seeing the brazen disregard for public safety, the safety of the citizens of Toronto, and like has been said before by our chief and our command and our service members, is that we will bring these people to justice one way or another. We will find them. It's also, again, not just along with the lines of our police investigative tactics or techniques. It's the fact that the citizens of Toronto care, step forward, and work in partnership with us in finding these people.